Have you ever stopped to think about the astonishing presence of desire hidden within our dreams? Seriously, in those bizarre nighttime adventures, we're almost always on some epic quest to obtain something incredible or escape something that haunts us. Even in the world of dreams, our minds remain restless, buzzing like bees with desires, fears, and endless pursuits. Many people believe that dreams are pure, mystical, and spontaneous experiences that simply emerge out of nowhere. But according to Sigmund Freud, dreams are like treasure maps leading to the deep and shadowy secrets of our subconscious. They are fragments of repressed desires, hidden needs, and morally questionable impulses that the conscious mind tries to push into the background during the day. Freud spoke of a kind of psychological filter, an internal censorship that keeps certain thoughts locked away, because, let's be honest, they could genuinely shake us. To understand this dynamic, Freud divided dreams into two fascinating layers. First, there is the latent content, where the true meaning of the dream supposedly resides, filled with repressed desires, fears, and hidden interests. Then, there is the manifest content, the part you actually remember when you wake up. While we sleep, this internal censorship weakens somewhat, and then the repressed feelings seem to say, "Let's crash the party." But the mind doesn't allow them to appear directly. Instead, it disguises them in a whirlwind of symbols, strange scenes, meaningless images, and absurd situations. That's why we dream about so many disturbing things: aggression, forbidden desires, revenge, infidelity, sexual impulses, cruelty, and completely illogical scenarios that leave us confused when we wake up. So perhaps it becomes a little easier to understand why dreams reveal so much about who we really are. It's as if the subconscious is throwing a chaotic and wild party, and we're simply being dragged along for the ride. Freud said something along these lines: "The unconscious, it has no morality. Seriously, it doesn't care about ethics at all. What it seeks is satisfaction." Perhaps that's why Friedrich Nietzsche made that striking observation. Morality is merely a thin layer, trying to control something far deeper. And guess what? Sigmund Freud also argued that dreams are wish fulfillments. Let me tell you about a curious experience I once had. Picture this. I was driving home from work when, out of nowhere, I had an intense craving for cookies. I considered stopping at the grocery store, but traffic was an absolute nightmare, so I gave up on the idea. That night, I dreamed that I was at my grandmother's house eating cookies I had stolen from a small shop. And here's the most curious part. In the dream, I knew perfectly well that stealing was wrong, yet I kept putting the cookies into my mouth anyway. Can you believe that? The desire was fulfilled, even though it was wrapped in something completely immoral. Because in the world of dreams, satisfaction comes before morality. But then an unsettling question arises. If dreams are wish fulfillments, then why do we have nightmares? How could suffering represent a wish? Because dreams don't reveal only what we want. They also reveal our deepest fears. You dream that someone dies because you cannot bear the thought of living without that person. You dream of failure because you desire recognition. You dream of betrayal because you seek security. You dream of death because the ego fears its own disappearance. Do you see what I mean? Our fears revolve around our deepest interests. And let's be honest, I know that's difficult to accept. We like to think we're guided by pure love, virtue, and reason, don't we? But even while we sleep, we continue protecting the things that feed our ego, as if they were the last slice of pizza. Arthur Schopenhauer argued that life is driven by an incessant will, a blind, insatiable force that never grows tired. I believe our dreams are precisely that will speaking to us without any filter. They reveal what we truly desire. And nightmares? They expose what we cannot bear to lose. And when we close our eyes, perhaps that is precisely when we see who we really are. Here, silence does not comfort, it screams. This is the channel, the silence that screams.